Welcome to this week's edition of Stu Basement Dates. I'm Nathan Swain.
And I'm Krista Klein, and we're coming almost live from the Lady Beaverbrook Gym.
And here are this week's top stories. Minimum wage in New Brunswick increases.
One St. Thomas University student is $100,000 closer to achieving his dream.
And a former NHLer gets his second shot at hitting the ice. St. Thomas University's men's hockey team faced off against St. Mary's this past Saturday. Derek Montague is at the game and has this story.
It's not every day a former NHLer plays at the LBR. Saturday night's game between St. Mary's and Stu featured just that. After spending 62 months in prison, Mike Danton is back playing hockey. The AUS may not be the same as the NHL, but Danton is happy to be with St. Mary's.
The Halifax has been extremely supportive. Everybody from the fans to my classmates to the professors, to the organization, to St. Mary's University. Everybody has been extremely supportive.
St. Mary's decision to take Danton was controversial, and it made national headlines. But St. Mary's head coach Trevor Steinberg has no regrets.
Initially, I didn't want to until I thought about it, but, was I nervous about it? Yes, I was. Did I believe in what we were doing? Yes, I did. So, like I've told everybody, when you believe in something that strongly, I don't want to, just because it's not the popular decision doesn't mean it's not the right one.
Danton didn't score against the Tommies and received no penalties. He was a +2, however, and threw a few body checks. But Danton's lack of offense didn't prevent his teammates from beating the Tommies 5-2. So far, Danton's AUS hockey career has been so-so. In 5 games, he has 2 goals and 1 assist, and he's a +3. Danton is hoping to be in better condition come playoff time. For Stu Journalism, I'm Derek Montague.
Thank you very much, Derek. Later in the show, we'll have another story featuring Mike Danton.
New Brunswick minimum wage is rising. This might mean that students will have less financial troubles.
Or will they? Joanne Goodall has more on this story.
Jake Hodgen isn't out partying like many students on Saturday nights. He is getting ready to work his evening shift at the King Street Irving in Fredericton. Though working part-time as a store clerk isn't strenuous, Jake finds it difficult to sleep and focus on his schoolwork.
I work a lot, and it affects school sometimes.
And how does it affect school?
Sometimes I'll be tired and just sleep all day and skip class.
Added stress about money has left Jake wondering if he should continue with his university studies. The rise in minimum wage has made him change his mind. The extra cash will help in many financial situations this year.
Be easier to pay rent and get groceries and maybe put extra on the side for tuition next year.
Jake is worried that with wages going up, the cost of living in Fredericton will also increase. Though students will receive a raise, businesses will be left scrounging for money to pay them. Nicole Katie's wallet hasn't grown since this past summer. She has been trying to find a job in Fredericton to help pay rent and her bills. Her search has fallen short.
A lot of places have said that they just aren't really hiring because it's not in their budget, basically. I know the economy apparently is kind of crappy right now, and minimum wage just went up too, so that doesn't help.
New Brunswick has the second lowest minimum wage in Canada at $8.25 an hour. This figure will increase to $8.50 in April. September will see another increase to $9 an hour. April 2011, wages will rise to $9.50, with the final increase in September 2011 to $10 an hour. With the wage increase, New Brunswick will have the highest minimum wage in Canada, alongside Nunavut. The lowest minimum wage is in British Columbia, where employees receive $8 an hour. Canada's current minimum wage average is just under $9 an hour. For Stu Journalism, this is Joanne Goodall.
Many football fans watch the Super Bowl for the commercials. But this year, one big player was missing out of the commercial game, Pepsi. Adam and Colin have more with this bubbly situation.
Super Bowl Sunday. It's more than just a football game. There's the halftime show, the parties, the food, and the friends. Of course, there's one reason why most people tune in year after year. The commercials. In fact, more people can remember, according to an online survey, what their favorite commercial was for the last Super Bowl, instead of who actually won the game. That's why the Super Bowl is the biggest day of the year for advertisers. Companies like Budweiser and Nike and McDonald's spend millions of dollars each year on ad space. However, this year with the economic crisis, more companies are tightening their belts. Even CBS has lowered the price on advertising in order to attract more advertisers. This year, there was one notable name missing during the game: Pepsi. For the first time in 23 years, Pepsi will not be airing an ad during the Super Bowl. The company, who has spent more than $250 million over the last 2 decades, has said that they're pursuing a new strategy. Instead of buying ad space during the game, they decided to invest in online advertising. They say they're going after a younger demographic with social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter. Pepsi has also invested in interactive online ad campaigns that will get people more involved, they say. But will the new strategy work? Advertising experts say that pulling out of the Super Bowl is a big risk, but with Pepsi the number 2 soft drink on the market, they can afford to take that gamble. With online marketing relatively cheaper and reaching a wider audience, we could be looking at the future of advertising. Who knows, the Super Bowl ads on TV might disappear in a few years. For Stu Journalism, we send it back to the basement tapes.
Here at the rock climbing wall. Crystal, what story do we have up next?
Actually, Madison Reed is outside right now with some helpful tips about how to stay warm.
Last week, the average temperature in Fredericton was minus 20 degrees Celsius. Although this is nothing compared to the minus 34-degree record we broke last year, it could still be dangerous. Frostbite can occur at temperatures lower than 0 degrees and can be caused by harsh winds, extreme cold, inadequate or wet clothing, and poor circulation. If you're outside for an extended period of time and your skin begins to look yellow, white, red, or swollen, or becomes waxy and hard, you might want to get yourself inside or to a doctor immediately. If this persists, your skin can become black and blister, eventually leading to gangrene and possible amputation. Everybody wants to look good when going outside this winter, but if that involves dressing in skimpy clothing, you might want to think twice. Make sure to dress warm and in layers, wearing mitts, a hat, something warm on your feet, and definitely something to cover your nose. Believe it or not, winter will end eventually, but until then, make sure to stay warm and cozy. I know I will. This is Madison Reed for Stu Journalism.